So we're really pleased with our first exploration season on site at Red Mountain. We think it's really exciting because it hasn't had any exploration for over 15 years until we got on the ground. So the last drilling was in 1990, hasn't had modern exploration. Our drilling had some of the best results. We made a virgin discovery and we attracted the interest of billion-dollar company Sandfire. So, technically upside, base results there. We think that's a fantastic start to a project we've only had 2 years. So we'd been saying for some time since we acquired the asset what a great prospective geological region Alaska is and where we are in particular. So it was great that Sandfire could see what we were seeing, and so a $2.5 million, now $3.5 million investment is a great endorsement by someone independent, someone that's using their own money, someone that's done it before, that's made discoveries and built a mine. So it was a great endorsement of what we'd been saying. And another sympathetic endorsement was Northern Star's acquisition of the Pogo mine for $260 million in Alaska, and that's only 100 kilometres from where we are. So we'd been saying for some time to the market, and I think maybe now, and we're happy that no one else comes to Alaska because we think it's a great hunting ground. Those things are a great endorsement for an investor to see, not just what I sit here and say. So look, my outlook on zinc, I'm a mining engineer, I know what I don't know, and so I'm cautious. But if you look back a few years, zinc was not a very well-loved metal, but a lot of supply came out of the industry. Stocks were at 10-year lows, prices were at 10-year highs. Now that's come off its highs in the last year, but so has most base metals. But you need zinc in everything, and galvanising, it's even in batteries, if you wanted to argue that story. So I think zinc, like copper, is one of those foundational base metals you need in industry, in life. I take zinc tablets, they're a good men's health tablet, that's a plug. And then precious metals, most people should have gold in their portfolio. It's not just a metal, it's a store of wealth, it's a currency, it's a hedge in times of uncertainty. So I think White Rock is really well placed in the base metals space with zinc and the precious metals investment space with gold and our silver portfolio. Two projects, two different jurisdictions. We do get comments that we're too small to have two children, but we love both. One's very exciting in Alaska and well positioned with zinc, silver and gold, and then our more advanced New South Wales asset, which is gold and silver as well. So we think we're poised in the market industry with zinc, backed by a precious metals base that you all will always need as well in an investment portfolio. So it is a long way from Australia, but I liken it a bit to Tasmania, where I've done a lot of work. It's great geology. There's a disproportionate number of Tier 1 assets in Alaska. There's less than 1 million people there. The First Nations, native title, Alaska Native, whatever language you want to use, has been really well managed in the US compared to Canada and Australia. The environmental approval process is being streamlined with the EPA. Whether you like the man or not, the Trump administration has made it open for business. So at the geological prospectivity level, it's not crowded like Western Australia or Africa. Yes, there's infrastructure challenges, yes, there's a winter, but I've worked in the Altiplano of Bolivia and some other places that, look, and if all I have to worry about is the winter in Alaska, I think it's a great place to work. So we've got a brilliant team on the ground in Alaska and Fairbanks called NAI, two geos, very experienced, have run 8 drill rig programs before. They're local Alaskans, so that's how we do it. We obviously don't pretend to try and dictate every daily operation, so we have a project manager in country, and that's worked brilliantly. They managed the 20 people on site program that we had. No incident, no accident, no environmental issues, so that works really well. There's a thing called a computer, Skype, you name it. So the interconnectivity is already there. The guys on the ground already know the location. We work with them clearly, they report, but it's worked really well to date. So clearly trying to continue to get our story out there and what White Rock is and what we're about. These opportunities, networking clearly, I was at the dinner last night. People say, oh, Matt's got it easy, but it's amazing how many people you meet, the unintended meetings and then the exchange of information and business cards and follow-up. So, if you're not out there telling your story, you fall off people's radar. We are after investors to want to come in and buy on our story. And if you're not out at these sort of things, it's a bit like fishing. If your line's not in the water, you're not going to catch a fish. No guarantee if your line is in the water, but at least we're there and out there and rubbing shoulders with people and hopefully encouraging them that, we're there and a good story to look at.